Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Coach Brennan, thanks for joining us. We'll start with opening thoughts on the game from you and then take questions.
It's disappointing. I think we made too many mistakes to end up winning a game. We didn't take care of our opportunities. I think we shot their goalie really hot. Chase played great tonight. So at this level, if you make the amount of mistakes that we made, I think it's really tough to win lacrosse games. So, but at the same time, I'm encouraged because I liked a lot of things. We had a lot of good opportunities we didn't finish, and I'm just looking forward to getting back together and working through some of the issues on a Zoom this week, and then down in Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what he said, what Coach said. I mean, it's first game, but you can't. We had a whole week of practice, and we made some uncharacteristic mistakes. And at the end of the day, both teams had sloppy moments, but we had a couple, that really killed our momentum, and it was hard to get going at certain points. But it's just something that we need to grow from and learn and just get better from here.
Brennan, you have a lot of new guys, a lot of young guys on offense. How do you feel you're starting to mesh together?
Yeah, I feel like both teams today were on the same boat. A lot of young guys. So even playing field, I mean, at the end of the day, we've had a week together. It's not like we've been playing together for that long of a time. So yeah, there's definitely some things we need to hash out. A little better communication between each other, and we just need to start learning each other's tendencies so we can just play off of each other a little better.
Brendan, how did this game feel different compared to your first game last year, coming off a college season, this time coming off a full NLL season?
I mean, well, my body feels a whole lot better, I'll tell you that, especially from last year it's a very quick turnaround. And in the box season, sadly, my season got cut short, so I had a little bit of time to rest up and prepare myself for this upcoming season. So I'd say my body's a little healthier, and at the end of the day, I'm not a rookie anymore, so you kind of know what to expect. So it makes you a little more comfortable. I'd say that's probably the biggest difference.
Did you feel more comfortable in your specific role this year compared to the week one last year?
I don't think so. I think in both scenarios, I had a whole week to learn my role. So I think two different roles. I played a little midi last year, my first game, but yeah, I had a whole week to learn both because even though I played attack my whole life, it's a new team, new players, new personnel. So my role changes every year depending on what we got on offense. So similar things.
Topher?
Hey, Coach, just one goal from your offensive midfield tonight. What can you do to kind of get those guys in better spots, and what can they do to kind of be more efficient with those opportunities?
Yeah, do more shooting drills. Just joking. But at the end of the day, I thought we had middies that had really good opportunities, and we just need to bury them. I think we shot high a lot early. And like I said, I think it got Chase hot, and then he was hot from that point on. So we had a hard time really sticking the ball in the cage in good opportunities in the second half. So yeah, we'll look at the film and see. But I thought we had enough opportunities for those guys to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, for Brennan, that third quarter is kind of where things slipped away for you guys. The Redwoods were able to score 6 goals in that quarter. What do you think their defense was doing, though, to limit you guys to just 3 goals in that quarter? And as the game progressed, what were you guys seeing out there that they were adjusting to the way you guys were kind of approaching your offense?
I would say that we didn't take care of the ball, and we kind of hurt ourselves more than they hurt us. I think the possessions probably, if you looked at the stats, were a little lopsided in that quarter. I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, if that's the case, we have to take care of the ball and get better looks. And sometimes, on offense, if you don't have the ball a little bit or you're down a little bit, sometimes you get kind of antsy and get away from yourselves. And I think going forward, we should do a better job of just staying calm and look at each possession as its own and chip away.
Yeah, Brennan, you mentioned both teams having some young guys. On the other side of the field, two guys you know very well in Aiden Denenza and Andrew McAdory. What did you see from them tonight, and what was it like for you as someone that's known them for so long to see them join you at the pro level and have the night that they did?
Obviously, I'd rather them not have a great day against us, even though they're two of my best friends, and I've known them since I was like in third grade. But it was really cool and a full circle moment to share the field with them again, even though I'm not on their team. Yeah, they played really well for their first games, and they have good chemistry. You know, they've been playing together for a long time. I think they connected on one goal, so it was fun to see, but also kind of sucked.
Adam?
Coach, you had 3 goals tonight from Jake Pacino and Zach Geddes combined. Is that transition game, with their skill set, something that you're going to lean on this season? And has that been something that, you'd envision coming into the season?
Yeah, for sure. Certainly went out and got Zach because of that reason. And, we're not playing Pacino as just a face-off wing guy like we did last year. So he got some more opportunities tonight. And, I think in this league that you have to score transition goals. And, that's been a focus all through camp is to push transition. And we're going to continue to develop that.
Kyle?
Yeah, for Coach, Logan was back tonight, obviously, for you guys, puts up 4 points. How fun was it to just see him back out there, kind of just being Logan Wisnauskas that we all know and what he's capable of doing to, contribute in any game that you guys are in?
Yeah, I mean, he's super talented. I think he's, our kind of calming coach on the field type player and keeps us organized. But it was a long road back for him, and that had to be super challenging for a guy that's that competitive. And I was so happy for him to be back in camp and to see him kind of break out. I think he had 3 goals tonight, and so I'm super happy for him. But I'm sure he's not happy with the result of the game, and none of us will be, but I was happy to see him out there.
Last question, Topher.
Coach, how do you rate Owen's performance tonight, and how do you evaluate that goalie battle, especially with Logan being kind of a late addition to camp?
I thought they shot really well. I don't think Owen stole any from them. I'm going to have to watch the film and really kind of break that apart a little bit, but we put him in a lot of bad situations early, and, it might have mentally worn on him. But I checked in with him at halftime. I thought he was doing fine, and, it was a team breakdown more than an Owen breakdown at this point.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time.
Thanks.
Coach Chris Ryder, congrats on the win. We'll start with opening thoughts on the game from each of you and then take questions.
You guys go ahead.
Great way to start the year. We've been talking about it all week, just believing in ourselves and in what we can do. And I thought that was a confident group from the jump out there. So good place to start. 1-0, a lot of work to do.
I think we're turning a chapter in Redwoods Lacrosse. I think we have a new belief in each other, constant support in that locker room, and we're a tight-knit group, and I think that's where it starts. So you go into the locker room, you have a tight-knit group, it translates to good play. So
Yeah, I mean, the boys played amazing. Start to finish, executed the game plan. Everybody kind of stuck to their job. That's a big part of it, is just not doing too much and just sticking to our style of play. And, I think now we have a baseline of who we are and where we're going to go.
Ryder, Chris had the most goals by a PLL rookie in his debut tonight. Did you teach him that?
I wish I could take credit for that. No, Chris has 4 older brothers that I'm sure taught him that at some point. But yeah, what a debut. Not surprised at all. This kid can ball.
Chris, I think I saw you grab Josh Balcarcell's first goal out of the net late in the fourth quarter. One, what's he like as a teammate? And two, how were you able to kind of, like, being a rookie yourself, not be overwhelmed by the moment and pull yourself out and recognize that?
Yeah, he's a great kid, always smiling. Obviously coming from Marist, he's soaking everything up, always enjoying the moment, always asking questions, as a rookie should, and we're in the same position. So we're going through the journey together, and couldn't be happier to be on his team and go through the ropes together with him.
Coach, what's it mean to get your first professional head coaching win?
I mean, coming out, it's amazing. For me, yes, it's great to get my first win, but I'm just really proud of the guys. I can't even express. This one has nothing to do with me. This is just these guys coming together in a week. We've had a lot of fun together. We've had an incredible week. I couldn't be prouder of just where we ended up. And when you get out there and battle like that and you come out with the W, it's a special night.
Phil?
Yeah, congratulations on the first win of the season. Question for Ryder and Chris. Obviously, we've talked about, and there's been discussions all week about the relationship that you guys have. And, Ryder, you assist Chris's first PLL goal. What did you both see on that play for Chris's first goal? And what did it mean for you two to connect on such a monumental milestone moment for Chris?
Yeah, it's fun to be a part of it. He's going to score a lot more goals in this league, but it's fun to be a part of the first one. Tev made a good play in transition, pushed the ball down, play an attack. You can sort of see the whole field at that point. Chris makes a great cut. I've got all the confidence in the world that I can basically shoot a ball in there and he's going to handle it and put it away. So saw him flash his stick there and just fired it to him.
Yeah, I think we've been talking about that look kind of coming up the lefty wing and me flashing on the righty wing and trusting Ryder to get it a precise pass, and I think we'll be working on that a ton throughout the year, and you'll see more of that.
Yeah, for Coach, first thing, happy birthday. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Obviously, the two guys next to you putting on the performances they did tonight, but also Dylan Malloy had 4 points, 3 goals. How much of a game-changing presence is his physical stature and size for this offense, and how well do you think he complemented both Ryder and Chris in the attack group tonight?
Yeah, I think he's an unbelievable addition. I got a moment to grab him after the game, and he's a guy that he's had highs and lows throughout his career. I felt like he's a guy that nobody's really given an opportunity to, and that's something that we did. And I think he's a guy that he's been thriving on just getting some love. And I know that sounds weird, but I think he feels loved in this group, and he wants to play hard. And I feel like we're seeing a little bit of the Dylan Malloy of old. And when you look at a guy like him, he's got a veteran presence. He's a guy that's been around the league for a long, long time. I think the guys really respect who he is and what he's been able to do as a player. And when you get some of these younger guys, really skilled players, with a guy, to your point, of his size, I mean, he's a banger. He's a guy that gives us a presence under 10 seconds to pick a ball up off the end line and go to the goal hard and give defenses fits, right? So they have to really respect that. And, I mean, he's in incredible shape right now. He was extremely motivated coming into camp, and I think we're getting the best version of that right now.
Adam?
Question for Ryder and Chris. Andrew McAdory had 4 points today. A lot of it coming, off a quick restart or, right off a face-off wing, just playing fast. How important is that, his up-tempo pace for your guys' success?
Yeah, I think this league heavily favors kind of the middle of the field, and when you got a high caliber player of like him, you got to use that to your advantage. And obviously we had a good draft with him, and obviously Sam English coming in, so I think we got to use that to our advantage and keep capitalizing on those moments. He's an incredible player. I went against him since I was a little kid, so it's finally good to get on the same side as him.
Yeah, I mean, in this league, you need guys that can go by people, and he can do that at a high clip. You saw that today. Yeah.
Phil?
Coach, a big storyline for the team coming into camp was who was going to be the starting goalie after Jack Kelly got put on the PUP list. What was your evaluation of Chase tonight?
I think Chase was awesome. Chase, his first win as a starting goalie. So big day for him, and I think he answered the bell. I think he proved that he's a guy. Coming in on day one, he's playing like a veteran player. He was calm, cool, collected, made the saves that he was supposed to make. A couple really big ones too. Right after they scored a 2, they scored a 1. Things started to shift a little bit, and he came up with a monster save. Just to kind of reset us back on the other end and kind of got our flow back. And, I'm super pumped for him, super proud of him, but, that's what we expected to get, and, I'm thrilled for him.
Kyle?
Yeah, for Ryder, tonight you guys tied your most points in a single game from last season with 15. What kind of felt different tonight about the way the offense was able to flow? It felt like a lot more guys were able to get involved with the way you guys were moving the ball through your sticks, and the ability that you guys had to dodge, and just your twitchiness out there felt different. What felt different for you guys out there to be able to kind of produce and get everyone involved tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we played a really unselfish game. The times that we, went stretches is not scoring. It's when we were a little bit stagnant. 5 guys are watching 1 guy with the ball run around a little bit. And we've been working on that, all week, trying to avoid that. Score 15 goals in this league, that's a pretty good spot to be. We've got a lot of, Chris, Mac, Josh, Denenza, some young guys who are really, really good players. So it's a lot of fun to see those guys step up.
Chris, it looks like you're sporting some new bling tonight. Where'd you pick that up?
Yeah, it goes to the player of the game. Coach Kelly made a new addition to the player of the game. It was a really cool moment as a rookie, and really grateful that I got the opportunity to wear this.
And last question, Josh.
Hey, Coach. Can you talk about Josh Balcather's performance tonight, especially coming in as an undrafted free agent and making the impact he did in Game 1?
Yeah. He's a special young man. It's funny. All these people have been asking me, like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? And it's really cool to see a kid that comes in and, he's a guy that actually got a late call-up, to be honest with you. So not only was he undrafted, but, he was a fill guy for some of the guys that were playing in the finals. So he's a guy that got that phone call 2 days before camp, shows up, does everything that he's supposed to do, does it with a smile. Joe and I were laughing. He's like, we were saying he's like our golden retriever puppy. He's just happy and, tongue out, and, he just wants to chase balls and be there for you. I think he's a kid that has a massive upside. He's got that McAdory speed, and the ability to break people down. And he's a guy, again, that no one knows and no one's respecting. So, you put a short stick on him. And, looking at that game, there were 2 or 3 huge moments where he broke somebody down, drew a slide, and we got goals out of it. And, he might not be getting rewarded on the board with goals, but he's getting us goals. And it's a great story, and he's a kid that valued his opportunity. He's proud to be here.
Thank you.
I have one more, Grace, if that's all right.
Yep, go ahead, Phil.
Coach Kelly, not to bring things down too much, and this for Ryder and Chris as well. Power play was something that the team struggled with last year, and especially in the first half, didn't cash in on some opportunities. Very few looks as well. What are you going to look at in terms of the power play moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's simple. I think it's obvious we need to be better there. I think on the flip side of that, like you said, we scored as many goals as the highest they did last year, right? And we got blanked on the man up. So we tweak a few of those things. We get some of those goals off the power play, and I think we're going to be in a really good position. So I think part of that is just finding our groove and coming together as a unit. Kavanaugh was at the Tewarton ceremony, so we didn't get a ton of touches with the man up. So I think we'll work on some stuff, we'll tweak some things, and I think we're gonna be ready to go for the Chaos next week.
Thank you, guys. Congrats on the win.
Thank
and
you
happy
very much.
birthday, Coach.
Thank you.